Hey, what's up, guys? Well, it is Saturday morning, 6:51 a.m. my time. This is the day of the fight between Errol Spence and Yordenis Ugas. Um, guys, I told you guys a couple days ago. I'm going with Ugas big time in this fight, man. Uh, Yordenis Ugas, by my count just now on his box streak, is basically, in my eyes, he on a 13 fight winning streak. All right, since August of 2016. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 fights he's had. All right. Uh, I think Yordenis Ugas is a better talent than Errol Spence. Um, I just do. I know a lot of people think differently. Um, I don't see it that way. I don't, I've always felt that Errol Spence is overrated. That people make him out to be more than what he really is. If you actually get in the ring with this guy and throw hands at the guy, you can beat the guy. Um, guys like Lamont Peterson, Danny Garcia, Mikey Garcia, they get in the ring with Errol Spence and they freeze up. They don't, it's like they just, oh my God, that's Errol Spence. I don't know how to throw a punch anymore, punching bags for Errol Spence. But guys like Kell Brook and Sean Porter, who actually fight the guy, take the fight to the guy, let their hands go, have success against the guy. When Kell Brook had two eyes, a lot of people thought he was winning that fight. Sean Porter, I mean, a lot of people thought Sean Porter won that fight in the aftermath. I had Porter winning by 1 point. So, I've always felt that Spence was overrated. A guy who really does not move his head, is right there to get hit. Um, then you factor in everything the guy's been through. You know, he basically was on the downslide, beginning with the Sean Porter fight. It was documented and talked about how he had been drinking and stuff. Before that fight, and then of course he had the accident. All right. So he had the accident. He had surgeries from the accident. He was out of the ring for over a year. Then he had a fight. Then he was inactive again. Then he has the detached retina. Then he has surgery from that. You know. So it's been inactivity, surgeries, detached retina, alcohol, car crashes. This guy gonna overcome all of these things now. All of this stuff, put it all in a pot. He gonna overcome all of this and beat the guy who I feel is the second best welterweight in the world. A guy who's been active, a guy who's looked dominant. If Errol Spence can pull this off legitimately, I will give him all the credit in the world. I have a new respect for Errol Spence if he can do what everybody thinks he's gonna do. Money's been pouring in on Errol Spence. Guys on ProBoxingOdds.com, as I do this video, Yordenis Ugas is as high as a plus 515 underdog on 5 dimes. And again, I wish 5 dimes was still taking bets from people in America. Plus 515. Now, I just hit the refresh button to make sure. See, it is, yeah, that's still a number. All right. Like I told you guys a couple of days ago on BetAnySports.eu, they were giving a plus 450. Now it is up to a plus 465. The other day I saw on CloudBet they were giving a plus 500. Plus 500. Now I tried to sign up immediately, but uh, you know they don't allow American players. They don't allow UK players either. Uh, and there were a couple other countries that were banned from CloudBet. But yeah, plus 500, and now I'm seeing as high as a plus 515. So and bet any sports plus 465. You know, these kind of odds on the guy that I feel is the second best welterweight in the world, a guy who dominated and retired Manny Pacquiao, who got robbed against Sean Porter. I thought he won that fight wide. Errol Spence, meantime, going with life and death with Sean Porter, got a split decision with the guy he said was the easy route. And a lot of people thought he lost the fight. People were making making out a deal about it, how he pulled away first yesterday in the stare down, and then put his head down. You know, Errol Spence good at being a bully if you allow him to be, but if you don't turn away from the guy, stay in the guy's face, take the fight to the guy, he can be beaten and possibly broken, in my opinion. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if, and I'm not calling for a stoppage, but I wouldn't be surprised if Ugas did stop him, because the guy's coming off detached retina surgery, man. Detached retina surgery. He's been out of the ring since December 2020, in an official fight. Um, the guy is, in my opinion, is going to be rusty and inactive going against a world class fighter. It just has recipe for disaster, man. you know, I could have went to this fight. I could have gone. Dallas not that far from me, and I decided not to, man, because the fight's kind of, in my eyes, is predictable. You know, um, I think it's gonna possibly be a big funeral in there, man. Everybody gonna be sad and see Errol Spence get beat up. People gonna say he don't have it no more. People gonna say that he not the same from after everything. Uh, that it's, they're not gonna get the Crawford fight. That he should have took a tune up. All these kind of things you're gonna hear after the fight, in my opinion. You know, but people not respecting Ugas. And hey, I'm thankful. I'm glad you giving me up. I can get a, I got a plus 450 on the guy, plus 400. Now up to plus 515. People before the Pacquiao fight, it was, oh man, I got Pacquiao, Pacquiao, Pacquiao. Everybody was picking Pacquiao, right? He gonna be too much for Ugas. Even though Pacquiao was 42 years old. Then when Ugas kicked his ass, oh man, Pacquiao was old, man. That's why Ugas won the fight. Pacquiao didn't have it no more. So now instead of saying, man, Ugas, man, now he can fight. Now everybody's saying, oh man, he gonna get in the ring with Errol, man. Errol gonna dominate him. Errol gonna dog walk him. Errol gonna do this and that. Ugas not special. You know, Errol gonna knock him out. All these people call for Errol Spence to knock out Yordenis Ugas. Let me go to Yordenis Ugas' box rate right now. See how many times it says he's been knocked down. Um, let's see. Oh boy. Oh man. Let's see. I did see it. At one point he did get knocked down. It probably was before he went on his run with Salas. Um, Ugas down in round 6. This was in 2014 against Emmanuel Robles. He lost a split decision in this fight. This was at 140. A weight class he should not have been fighting in. All right. He was down in round 6 in that fight. All right. Let's see. That probably was the only time the guy's been dropped in his career. It's looking like so, guys. Against Manny Robles in 2014. That's the only time I see on his box rate that he was knocked down. All right. Of course, he's never been stopped. So you know, yeah. But everybody calling for Errol Spence, a guy who couldn't even stop Mikey Garcia, who couldn't stop a lightweight in Mikey Garcia, right? What happened to Errol Spence's punching power? Once he got body in his life, his punching power disappeared, didn't it? Uh, you know, the only fight where he did VAR involved in this, like when he got a stoppage, was Kell Brook. When Kell Brook was coming off the Triple G fight, orbital bone surgery, and little did I know going into that fight that would make his other face prone to being to have another break on the other side of his face. Lesson learned, knowledge gained, and that's what happened. I give Errol Spence credit. He did it. He was the one that landed the punch, or the punches that caused that to happen. You know, but ever since then, he, Lamont Peterson was next. He was a punching bag in the ring at the end of his career. Ocampo he knocked out in the round because Ocampo was being a dumbass against the ropes, letting the guy pound him to the body. Mikey, that fight after the pressure from Mikey and Victor Conte, they had bartered for that fight. A 12-round decision win for Errol Spence. Everybody was saying, "Oh man, he gonna kill Mikey. Mikey too little. Could stop him. All right, could even drop him. All right. Um, let's see. Sean Porter. I don't know if that fight was body tested or not, but at that point, he had to enroll in the clean boxing program. All right, because he was fighting for the WBC title. All right. Now, let's see. And then of course Danny he went 12. So with Errol Spence doing VOD and rolling the clean box program, he only had one legit stoppage, and hell, Kell Brook could have kept going in that fight. He voluntarily stopped, to because his vision went to save his eyesight. All right. So what happened to this punching power? Look, and this is making me think when Errol Spence had his media day workout a couple weeks ago. I didn't think he looked that good, guys. Everybody else saying, "Oh man, he looked good. He looked good." I thought he had lost a step. I thought he looked a step or half a step slower. When he was on the punching bag, he got tired. He had to take a break. The camera cut away, but I could see him slowing down his punches. And then eventually he walked away from the bag, and they started giving him water. All right. And I give him credit for what he did. Most men, the people can't do, what he did going as long as he did with the workout. But just highlighting, hey, this is the highest level, right? He did get tired as he was punching the heavy bag. I was like, I don't see any power on those punches. I wasn't impressed with, I was saying, man, damn boy, he got thud and power on the punching bag. That's not what I was saying. So I didn't think he looked that hot. And everybody talking about, oh man, Errol's in shape, man. He looking good. He looks best he looking so long, blah blah blah. Guys, a couple of years ago, Ronda Rousey got in the best shape I had ever seen her in after Holly Holm kicked her ass, and she was depressed and she got out of shape and all this. And that people didn't think she was coming back. She wouldn't be the same. And then she ended up looking better than I had ever seen her. I mean, I was seeing like abs on Ronda Rousey. I'm like, damn, I ain't never seen her this fit before. And then she got in with Amanda Nunes, got hit in the face a couple of times, and shit was over in 48 seconds. All right, so he can look great, and he is in shape. I give him credit. I guess he got all the alcohol out. He sweated all of it out. Got all the weight out off. From blowing up in weight. But he can look in great shape. But how is he gonna take Ugas's punches? If he was getting tired on the heavy bag without punches coming back at him without getting hit in the face and the body, how's he gonna react during the fight? Is he gonna get tired during the fight? What are his reflexes gonna be like in his reaction time coming off detached retina surgery, coming off from only having 2 fights in 30 months? What about these things, guys? While people are, oh, man, he's in shape, he's gonna knock Ugas out, all these kind of things. You know, you gonna come off alcohol, car crash, surgery, inactivity, detached retina, surgery. You're gonna come off all these things, inactivity. You come off all these things, you don't get in the ring with a world champion, the guy who is, like I said, second best welterweight in the world behind Terrence Crawford. And hell, he might beat Terrence Crawford. He already beat him in the amateurs, right? If if he has a fight with Terrence Crawford, I'm not gonna sit here and say yeah Crawford winning that fight. Hell, if they give Big Austin Ugas, which I'm sure they would, I would play Ugas, all right. But a guy who I feel could have a chance against Crawford, man. This guy who has been active, uh, who is in his prime, who has almost double the experience of Errol Spence. Yordenis Ugas revealed that he has been boxing since he was 6 years old. He will turn 36, I believe, in July. Some people might say, "Oh man, that's old." I heard somebody was saying on a YouTube comment, telling me he about to be somebody's grandpa and all this kind of shit, right? Uh, you know, um, but Yordenis Ugas is in his prime, man. Some people reach their prime a little bit later than others than they would at a younger age. And when he was fighting in a smaller, lower weight class, which he should not have been fighting in. All right, but this guy is in his prime. He's about to be 36, so this guy's been boxing 30 years, guys. 30 years this guy has been a boxer, man. And Errol Spence has been boxing since 2005 when he was 15. So that's 17 years boxing as opposed to 30. Damn near double the experience. Nobody's highlighting that. Nobody's pointing that out. Nobody's talking about, Errol Spence's reflexes and reaction time. How is he going to be in the ring when somebody high level is throwing at him? Coming off detached retina surgery, inactivity, alcohol, car crashes, surgeries. You know, this has disaster written all over, guys, and yet money is pouring in, as bettors always do with Errol Spence. I'm not putting the odds makers, like I said, first line plus 270. Ugas was underdog. It's all these bettors, man, putting all this money on Spence, making Ugas such a big underdog, man. People calling to the boxing voice, man, yeah, man, Ugas ain't got a chance. Ugas gonna get stopped. Spence gonna do X, Y, and Z to him. And I'm not seeing it, man. I am not seeing it. Like I said, if Errol Spence can pull this shit off legitimately, no robbery, you know, it will be maybe one of the most amazing things I've ever seen in sports, man. Because I just don't see him winning this fight, guys. I don't. You know, these guys, Ugas and Salas, they were going after Errol Spence, man, when he was in the IBF. You know, they were going after Spence, and they must feel hella confident going into this guy's backyard where he could possibly get robbed. They already got robbed once against Porter, and they go into this guy's backyard, man. I tell you, they might be going for a stoppage against Errol Spence, man. Spence already got exposed to the bite against Carlos Ocampo, and people laugh, when I bring that up, but around the minute and 30-second mark in that fight, they were both in the middle of the ring. Ocampo hit Spence to the body with a hard right, and Spence already he had his head down like this, but if you look closely, he made a grimace, man. He was hurt, and then he tried to get him back by throwing back to Ocampo's body. You know, Terrence Crawford saw it. That's why Terrence Crawford said when they were face to face, when he was like, "Man, you got hurt by Gamboa. You got hurt by Gamboa," and Terrence Crawford was like, "You got hurt by Ocampo." Because he did. He saw it. So, and Ugas goes to the body. So that is, he has been hurt to the body. I'm pretty sure these guys have seen that, and they will be going after Spence's body. I think they want Spence to be aggressive to give Ugas great countering opportunities, and a guy who doesn't move his head already, combined with the fact that he's been inactive, could have slower reflex and reaction time from detached retina and inactivity. Disaster written all over, guys, in my opinion. I don't think Errol Spence is in his prime anymore. He can be. I think prime Errol Spence was Errol Spence between the Algier fight up to the Mikey fight. You know, After that, it had been reported and seen how the guy had been drinking alcohol and kind of going on a downward slope. He didn't look good in the Porter fight. And then of course he had the accident, the surgeries, you know, all these things, man. Then inactivity, then detached retina from he got his retina detached by a guy who do we know the guy's? I don't even know who the guy was. Some sparring partner, all right. And you know, how can the guy be the same guy that he once was? Everybody thinking about Errol Spence like he's still in his prime, like he this young, hungry fighter coming up, knocking all these guys out with no water testing. And they thinking this the guy getting in with Ugas, man. He not the same guy. I don't believe he is. He got to prove it to me, cause I don't see it. Also, I noticed Errol Spence blinks his eyes a lot, man. When he's, when he's talking, when he's, doing interviews and stuff, man, he's constantly just, you know, blinking his eyes. Nobody's highlight that either. I talked about that. So I gotta wrap this up, guys. I gotta get ready for work. But I wanted to get in touch with you guys. I said I would give you guys a preview, a bit of a breakdown, and how I'm seeing things. You know, Ugas is everything is pointing in his favor, man. More experienced than Spence, more prime than Spence. Even though he's older, hell, Errol Spence 32, going on 38, 40, with everything he's been through. So I don't see this fight being close, guys. I did put a small wager on a draw just in case some fishy shit happens with the scorecards. Um, you know, but I've gone in big on Ugas, and I think that's it, guys. Let me know what you think. Enjoy the fights tonight, and I will be in touch with you guys after the fight. Oh, also, I've been looking to see who the judges and the ref are. BoxRec has not posted it yet. I'm sure they will post it sometime during the day, and I may come back on and comment on it. I hope Steve Weisfeld not one of the judges, by the way. Thanks for watching.